So let's discuss a little bit about the very famous D-plane. D-plane is a three-dimensional explanation of what happens at impact when the club strikes the golf ball, and D-plane tells us everything about what the golf ball is going to do in its flight. D-plane actually stands for descriptive plane, and it consists of two lines. The space between those two lines is the D-plane. Now, what are those two lines? Those two lines are depicted by the red and the blue arrow. The red arrow is the line of where my club head is aiming or pointing at impact. The blue arrow is the line depicting where my club head is traveling through impact. So if we go back to the red, where is my club head aiming at impact? Now it has two components. It has a component of dynamic loft. So this may be 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 45 degrees, whatever that may be, dynamic loft. The second component is the club face may be on target, it may be right of target, it may be left of target. It may be, as I said, 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 45 degrees, whatever that may be. The red line indicates where the club face is aiming. The blue line indicates where is the club face traveling. Now again, it has two components. The two components are A, where is the path traveling? Is it traveling in square end? Is it traveling in to out, or is it traveling out to in? And B, what is the angle of approach? Is the club head actually traveling on the way down, negative angle of approach, on the way up, or is it traveling parallel to the ground? Now, if we have these two lines, where the club is aiming and where the club is traveling, these two lines create a plane. This plane is, I've depicted it with this napkin or a tissue paper that I've got, and that white napkin is the D-plane. That's the plane between these two lines. Now, what does it do? It tells us about what the ball's gonna happen to the golf ball after impact. Now, I'll depict that with the golf ball, and here, there's the golf ball. Now, we know two things about the golf ball from the D-plane. One, it always launches up on the D-plane. It launches closer to where the club is aiming, which is the face and the dynamic loft. 60, 70, 80%, 90% sometimes. It launches closer to the red line, and the spin axis is always 90 degrees to the D-plane. So if, let's say, my face is open to the path, you can see now the D-plane is tilted that way to the right side. Now this ball will launch closer to the red line, but it will tilt to the right side. You can see this, the horizontal line here is perpendicular to that D-plane. Conversely, if my face was shut to my path, again the ball will launch closer to the red line, and once again you can see how the spin axis is perpendicular to that D-plane, indicating this ball will launch slightly to the left side, closer to the red line here, the face line here, and because the spin axis is tilted left, this ball will curve to the left side here.